I'm Linda Wolf, and I'm the owner of Cruises in Winnetka, California. I've been in this crazy travel business for 23 years. I'm now 60 years old, and like my sister, I don't think I look it either, hopefully not. And I've booked maybe some 10,000 people on trips so far, with lots more to come. I've been traveling since the mid-70s, been pretty much all over the world, and travel is my life.
I'm Bobbi Weinstein from West Hills, California. I'm 65 years old and I don't look it. I've been in the travel business for 7 years. My sister Linda took me away from a high-paying job with benefits to come work for her. I've been cruising since 1970, been in all kinds of ships all over the world. And I got Linda into the travel business when I took her to Alaska. Linda and I have an issue with fresh air and draft. She loves to keep the front door open or a side window open. She's sitting behind a wooden desk in a corner and she doesn't get the fresh air. I'm sitting in the direct breezeway. So I either get it from the door or from the window or from the fan, and I'm sitting here shivering with goosebumps on me because she's hot. I'm cold. I just tell her, go take a bloody pill and we'll get over this.
One of the things that drives me crazy about Bobbi is she's working for me, right? So I ask her, would you please call the airline and get a seat assignment for Mr. and Mrs. Smith from their trip from Chicago to Rome? And she says to me, I don't want to do that crap. You do it. Granted, it's not the most fun of chores around here, but somebody has to do it. And I don't need her big mouth when I ask her to help me out because she's still working for me.
Linda loves music, so do I, but we're in generation gaps. She goes for this rock music that all you hear is this bass going kaboom, 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 kaboom. I like Mozart. I like elevator music. I like it quiet. So when you're talking to a customer, you don't hear this bang, bang, bang on your phone. You hear light music or no music. But she says she can't think without music. I tell her to put a bloody headset on.
I love music. Music keeps me calm. Calm is a good thing in this business, as crazy as it is. I don't listen to boom-bitty, 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 boom-bitty music. I listen to light rock or contemporary rock, and I don't blast it. It's on my desk, on my computer, and it's just something that keeps me, like I said, calm. So every time I would turn it on, she'd yell at me, turn that crap off.
You know, Linda has this annoying habit. Is when I'm on the phone, she sees my back and I'm talking to a customer. She has no clue what I'm talking about and she butts in. She got those big ears and she wants to listen in the conversation and add her 2 cents. Well, the other day I was working with a customer and these people wanted their beds together. And she's giving me a high sign. No. They want their beds apart. I said, after I got done with my phone conversation, I was rip-roaring mad. I said, what the hell are you talking about? I already finished with that customer that wanted the beds apart. This is a completely different person, and stop butting in, you Buttinsky.
Bobbi resents it when I double-check to see if something I asked her to do has been done. I mean, it's just, I'm in charge. I have to make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. So I'll ask her, hey Bobbi, did you get that invoice in from the cruise line and note it on the record? What do you think I am? Stupid? And I'm like, no, I don't think you're stupid. Yeah, I did it. It's already been done. And that's the sweet attitude that I get to put up with on a daily basis.
Well, Linda has another habit. She never wants to listen to me. She knows I'm right most of the time. See, I've been the big sister. I've taken care of her my whole life since I was, she's 5 years, since I'm 5 years old. I had to take her all over the place, and I read people a little better. Linda's so nice and so calm and so giving and nurturing people, and I see them what they are. There are a lot of losers. There are a lot of people that take advantage of her. That pisses me off. I see that, and I go ballistic.
My dear sister Bobbi and I have what I call a love-hate working relationship. I'm the little sister and I'm the boss. She's the big sister, but she's Bossier. She gets angry all the time at me. And what does she do? She quits. She storms out of here, slams the door. I give her an hour to cool down. I give her a call and I say, hey Bobbi, have you unquit? And because it's time for lunch. You want to go? She goes, okay, let's do lunch. Next thing I know, she's working for me again. This has gone on for years. Well, last year, we had the really big fight, and it was horrible. And in the words of Donald Trump, I told her, "You're fired." And I meant it. And it's taken us quite a long time to work through it this time, but now I've decided that I'm going to have her back to work on a trial basis. Now it's without pay, but she is starting to work again. So let's just hope she minds her P's and Q's and is a little more reasonable around here, and I think we can have a very nice relationship. On the vampire cruise, and they just booked today.
Oh, wow.
They're really super excited about it, and they like the guests that we're having, and I think it's fantastic.
I hope they bring a costume.
Of course they're going to bring a costume. It's a vampire cruise. They're all going to be in
Do I have to
costume.
wear that same costume you gave me last year with the wig that looked like Little Bo Peep?
No, but this time I'm going to give you something darker. You're going to look more scary.
Oh, good. I love
Right.
to scare people.
Yeah, you're more Elvira-ish.
Oh, good. Remember, I had that
you had the Elvira wig,
right. Last week you made me look like I was Little Bo Peep.
Yeah, but it worked. I think I speak for most people in the travel industry when I say that we don't really have a typical day. I mean, every day is a little bit different because so many different things can happen. But if we were to have a typical day, half the day would be spent booking cruises, and we like to think of ourselves as the happy bookers. And that's booker with a B, okay? And the rest of the time, we've got our fire hats on, and we are firefighters. We are putting out fires left and right with horrendous air schedule changes and dining requests. Oh yes, Bobbi. And Bobbi is very prepared.
I'm prepared since Linda took away my makeup mirror that caught my chair on fire. So if you replaced it with this.
Yeah, but this is a very practical move because here she is, she's in her chair.
And it's smoking.
And why is it smoking?
Because the light from the window came and hit my mirror that bounced onto the chair and caused it to go on fire. Good thing I didn't blow up.
We have some of the most nightmarish clients you can ever imagine. Now the first one that comes to mind is Mr. R, and I prefer to call him He Who Must Not Be Named. He's our own personal brand of Voldemort. Why don't you tell us about Mr. R?
Well, he's richer than God, but he nickels and dimes us to death. He wants to get everything for free and be in suites, have limos, etc. And he drives us off the walls.
And in my case, he drives me up the wall. And there's another one I'd like to talk about. We like to refer to her as Mrs. S. Now, you've heard about Sleepless in Seattle. Well, we have Banned in Brazil. That's right. And what happened there was she created such a fracas with the authorities on board the ship that they got angry with her, pulled her passport, stamped Banned in Brazil, and she cannot go into Brazil anymore.
I had a customer that called up and she wanted to go to Alaska in August, which is great, and best weather to go in August. And she said, would the ice still be there? And I said, what? She said, the ice. I said, oh my God, you mean the glaciers? She said, yeah, the ice. I said, yes, I'm sure the ice will still be there, and pray to God it stays in Alaska in August.
One of the craziest things that somebody's ever asked us for had to do with this elderly passenger.
The old bat that I hate.
Bobbi, be nice.
Anyway, she is an old bat.
Okay, but anyway, she went and bought a sink.
She's a loon.
She bought a sink in Mexico, right?
From a vendor.
And it never got delivered to her.
She doesn't even speak Spanish.
Regardless, the fact is, she bought the sink, then she never got it, so who does she call?
Calls us.
She calls us, and she wants us to get the sink for her.
That's crazy.
I mean, how would we even know who the vendor was? I mean, they didn't even have a store or anything. So, long story short, we couldn't get the sink for her, and now she doesn't book with us anymore.
She's mad at us because no sink.
We get a lot of repeat business. We're very, very proud of that. And one customer in particular comes to mind, and we call him Loyal Larry. And Loyal Larry has been booking with us for years. Well, one day I just happened to say, thank you so much for your continued business. And he says to me, Linda, there's nobody else I'd book with. I mean, not booking with you would be like cheating on my wife. So I thanked him for the compliment, and oh, wait a minute, come to think of it, he hasn't called us in a while.
No, we have to call Larry.
Loyal Larry, yeah. Gosh, I hope he's not cheating on his wife. We have a very unique agency because we specialize in theme cruises. We've done, in past years, we've done cruises for fans of Star Trek.
Live long and prosper.
And Twilight, for all you vampires out there. We've also done fantastic Beatlemania cruises for Beatle fans.
It's a hard day's night.
Thank you, Bobby. Well, when you're on a theme cruise, you're pretty much at a convention at sea. By that I mean we hire actors from the shows and special effects people, behind the scenes people, and we have question and answer sessions and cocktail parties and costume events. Well, sometimes people come to us with a trip in mind, and we look at each other and we look at them and we know that this is not going to be the right trip for them. So then our job as professionals is to figure out, first of all, we have to figure out why they want that trip.
We ask them, why would you like to go on this trip? And what's your goals? What do you want to see? What do you want to do? Then we get this, and we also look at their limitations. Everybody has different limitations. If it's a trip involving a lot of water, or on small boats, you might get seasick. Or if there's a lot of land with a lot of walking up and down mountains or steep streets and stuff, if they have bad knees or back, we say, or you're in a wheelchair, this is not going to work. We also try to show them, they tell us, we tell them what we think it will work, and then we'll try to get them something that will be workable for where they want to go, what time of year they want to go, that will make it good for them.
And the other thing is, we tell them that we've had clients that have done this particular trip, and their complaints were X, Y, and Z, that the waters were rough and everybody was getting seasick, and it was a disaster. They just hated it, and they would never book that particular trip or that particular line or that particular ship again. So we're just very honest with them, and if they totally insist on doing that trip, we make them sign a waiver. Well, let me tell you about our workplace. It's a small office, and in the mornings we have Mary, who works on the morning shift, and she's very sweet and very, very nice, and she keeps me very calm. And then in the afternoon, Hurricane Bobbi blows in.
Hey, that's not fair. I'm not a hurricane.
You most certainly are a hurricane.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm a different personality than you, but I'm not a hurricane.
Yeah.
Maybe a little excitable, but not a hurricane.
Uh-huh.